Alright guys, this lesson is over photosynthesis and cellular respiration. So after this lesson, you will be able to know what occurs during photosynthesis and respiration and be able to describe the interconnectedness between the two terms of both matter and energy. So make sure you take your C notes and let's get started. All living things must use energy to perform required functions such as growing and reproducing. Autotrophs, such as plants, can capture the energy they need from their environment. Heterotrophs, like humans, must consume other organisms for energy. Matter cycles through ecosystems. This means that matter is constantly recycled and reused. For example, the oxygen atoms you are breathing have been breathed by countless other people and animals before you. These molecules might have come from water molecules or other compounds. Energy flows through ecosystems. The majority comes from the sun. It is then transferred between organisms through a food chain and then leaves the ecosystem as heat. Without input from the sun and other sources, the flow of energy would stop. Photosynthesis is the process by which some autotrophs capture energy from the environment. This process creates sugars, which can be used for energy later. Therefore, photosynthesis allows these autotrophs to store energy for later use. In this process, carbon dioxide, solar energy, and water are used within the cells to create sugars and oxygen. In plants, this sugar is in the form of glucose. Photosynthesis can be written as a chemical equation. Since carbon dioxide, water, and energy are used, these are the reactants. They react to make glucose and oxygen, the products. Cellular respiration is the process by which living things use energy from sugars. This process releases energy for intermediate use in the forms of ATP. Once used by the cell, this energy is released as heat. In this process, sugars and oxygen are used within the cells to create carbon dioxide, energy, and water. Carbon dioxide and water are the waste products. The energy is used to power cellular activities such as growth and the transport of molecules, which is active transport and passive transport. Respiration can be written using chemical notation. Since glucose and oxygen are used, they are the reactants. They react inside the cells to make carbon dioxide, water, and energy. Photosynthesis and cellular respiration are related, but they have many differences. Photosynthesis can only be performed by autotrophs, such as plants. Respiration is done by all living things, both autotrophs and heterotrophs. Remember that heterotrophs must obtain stored energy, such as sugars, by consuming other organisms. Photosynthesis converts solar energy into sugars. Respiration converts this energy into ATP. As the ATP is used to do work, some energy is released as heat. Photosynthesis uses carbon dioxide, water, and energy, while respiration uses sugar and oxygen. Photosynthesis creates sugar and oxygen, while respiration creates carbon dioxide and water and converts energy. You may notice that the reactants of photosynthesis are the same as the products of respiration. Similarly, the products of respiration are the reactants of photosynthesis. Remember that matter flows through an ecosystem. Here, carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen atoms are being recycled as energy flows through and powers the process. We can draw this relationship as a cycle. Photosynthesis begins with carbon dioxide and water. It is powered by energy from the sun. It produces sugar and oxygen. Respiration starts with sugar and oxygen, and it releases energy and forms carbon dioxide and water as byproducts. Keep in mind that these molecules could be used as something else in an ecosystem, but they could re-enter this cycle. Remember that both photosynthesis and respiration can be written chemically. Here you can see that the reactants of one process are the products of another. You should now understand and be able to describe both photosynthesis and respiration. You should also be able to describe how they are connected between the two and both matter and energy. We will talk about these during class, so make sure you have your notes as we will do your questions in class on Monday. Hope you have a great weekend and see you then.